All right, teachers, this video is going to go over some of the cool features on Desmos. Not the graphing calculator, but specifically the teacher or the classroom activities. So we're in the main Desmos page. It's just desmos.com. And down here under teachers, it says browse activities. So if you click on that, it can be overwhelming. There's a lot of things here. So they have a bunch of Desmos created things. You can also do a search later on and find things that other teachers have created. But everything listed in here is something that Desmos has created. And it's organized by linear systems or quadratic functions. We'll go to quadratic functions right now. Now, the best way to do it is just sort of run through an activity. Take a look. Let's take a look at one of my favorites that I included in the email was marble slides. And so let me show you a couple things. Again, I clicked on the activity here. These are previous ones I've used, I guess last year, before we entered 2020. Code is inactive, who cares? Okay. What it shows you from the dashboard, this is great. Even all this time later, I can look up last year's students and see what they did. And you see different student responses and things like that. And so you can click on any one of these student responses. And if you want to see how it looked from the student page, there's all these tabs. Really, you have to sort of just get in there and play around with it and know you're not going to mess anything up. This is what it looks like after your students have done it. Okay. While they're doing it, you can click through and you can watch them changing the graphs in real time. And if Joshua's not on task, or if Josh is way off, dude, you say, Josh, look, you got the totally wrong equation, dude. Something like that, okay? And why is this fun? Well, from the student end, take a look at this one. They get to launch these balls or marbles, I think they're called. They're marble slides, and they're not hitting there. So we need to do something with this parabola to make it go and actually hit all the stars. Because when you get it to say success, it's very gratifying. Okay, so you got a thing here. It says change one number in the low. Now, you wouldn't throw your students right into this. But math analysis students could definitely jump right into this. Math 3 students, maybe at the end of the chapter. You'll walk them through some stuff before this. But I just want to show you this because it's one of the best activities they have. So let's say I say, oh, I don't know. I think it's going to be change this to a 5. Okay. Well, what did I do? It changed my, well, that's wrong. Okay, so I go Control Z, and I'll put back to the original. There's also an undo button up here for that as well. Let's change our domain. Let's say I know this is the domain. I think instead of 2.4, let's go 3.4. Oh, I think I hit it. Take a look at that. Oh, not quite. So we can still change it a little bit, and it says change one number. Honestly, if my students change 5 numbers, I don't care. If they're hitting all of them, if they're understanding what they're changing. And again, I would do this after we've already gone through vertex form and things like that. And they should know domain. And this really gives them a reason to sort of know domain. And some of them, they'll surprise you. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. Let's try that. I'm just having fun with this now. Now we're still not getting it. But again, I can click on the teacher side. Now I see who got it. Most of them got it. This person, take a look at what Eunice did. She did some creative stuff. Okay, that gets it done in a very creative way. I wouldn't have thought of that. But that totally works, and that's what's really awesome. So that's just one of the activities. And there's a number of marble slides. So if you go back to Desmos here, I'm going to search for marble. And there it is. It comes up marble slide already. There's one for parabolas. There's one for exponential. Ooh, periodics even. Rationals even. In other languages as well. So there's tons and tons of stuff. Okay, and that's just one of the types of activities. There's just so much. Okay. Let's choose a different one. Linear functions. Polygraph lines, put the line, match my line is pretty good, maybe. Parallel lines, depending on where they are. There we go, marble slides. Let's stick with that. Again, these codes were used at some point last year. And you can see, even before you do it, even if you don't have a class in here, you can go through student preview. Okay. And this is what their screen looks like. Let me back that up a step. Again. I'm on the main page. I clicked on marble slides, and I found the one on lines. and I went to student preview. And so it walks them through this. They would do, usually in class, I would go through the first one or two together. And say, okay, see how that works? And then the next one, oh, we got a problem. There's something wrong. This is never going to hit those stars. Oh my, what should we change? And, depending on if it's math, this is definitely math 1 level. Math 2, this would be a good review. Hopefully if they, and you'll see where students are at. If they're struggling on it, you'll see it on the dashboard, because when the students are working on this, code is inactive. You get check marks when they do it right. And if they leave it blank, it'll show. You didn't type anything in there. Okay. If he leaves it blank, it'll show. If there's something right or wrong, they'll put a check mark. I don't think anyone got X's. Oh, one person got X. All right. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, and there's so much on here. You just have to jump in and play around with it. You really got to just jump in. Let me go back a step. Back a step. Jumped out of there too far. Okay, let me go back. I'm back in the main page, but I'm gonna go marble slides and I'll look for the lines one. I don't see lines. There it is, marble slides lines. Okay. So under here, under assign, that's how you assign your classes. This is something new, where it syncs to Google. I don't bother with that. I usually just did single session code. And what I would do is take a look at this. Gave me a code. You'll notice I have 0 students in here. It'll remind me when I started it, which is good for your grade book if you enter grades 2 weeks later. And this is all it is. You project this to the students and say, hey, go to there. Go there, type that code, get started. So they all begin on their screens, and then you go watch them from your screen. Okay? And then you can do this synchronously while you're on the Zoom call, or you can assign this and just, it really works better synchronously, so if they're stuck, you'll see it. But if it's review, I don't see any reason why this couldn't be assigned as a review. The main thing is, though, if students are stuck, there's a real benefit to seeing their thought process as they go through it. Anyways, reach out. We'll talk more about these, and we'll do the best we can. And I really can't say enough about this thing. And that's just the activities side. And again, Desmos has all collections. You can search for stuff. You can search for. We already did parallels. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. Play around with it. That's the easiest way to do it. And yeah, you'll learn stuff as you go. It's really fun. The students will get into it. They'll amaze you with what they'll create. 1 or 2 students will go nuts with it and just create something totally off the wall, and it'll work. And other people will get stuck, and you'll notice that, and you'll say, "Hey, okay, I see you're stuck with the slope." It'll be pretty obvious when they're stuck. Okay, and the students who get it, it'll be pretty obvious. They'll be able to run through it and really have fun with it. All right, anyways, let's finish this ding dang dong video. Thanks for watching.